Hey everybody, Snoo back again. This time doing a little test that I've wanted to do for quite some time. Ever since the new league started, there was a lot of skepticism about Valdo's Rest Harbinger currency Nemesis farming after it was nerfed. You know, was it potentially still the best, or was Glennick Cairns going to take over with the whole beyond double, triple, quadruple dipping takes place there? And, you know, I've done a lot of Glennick Cairns. I have a pretty good idea how good it is. But I honestly haven't really touched Valdo's Rest since this season started. I didn't hear a whole lot in the way of it being amazing or anything, so I just kind of wrote it off. But at the end of the season, I want to visit it, you know, just in case I overlooked it, and in case a lot of us did. And that's what I'm going to do in this particular video. We're gonna go into Valdo's Rest undersea map. It's apparently the most popular one to do Harbinger farming. Not 100% sure why. I did run that map, and it's a big giant cave. There is a lot of land mass in the cave, but there's a ton of corners and stuff. But anyway, I'm just kind of gonna go as meta as I can, and then use my own particular choices when I think it's truly better. Like in the Watchstones, for example, whereas everyone is using an Auspicious and 3 Ladens. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use 1 Auspicious, of course, and then I'm going to use 1 Laden, and then I have 3 Ladens, you know, if I'm going to do minimal juicing, but I decided to roll them all with elevated Sextants, something I usually do, you know, just to see if I hit something really good. Especially in the case it's not mandatory that I hit 4 specific things. I think it's a good idea. What did I hit? Well, my Auspicious hit Legion, which is pretty good, actually. It's really nice. It's obviously not the best. There were 2 things I really, really wanted, and that's Nemesis. So Nemesis 4 would have been the absolute jackpot hit. Did not hit it. Also, Harbingers. Area contains an additional Harbingers. Harbingers drop additional currency. Shards and unique bosses drop currency shards, the big one, because I am running beyond. There's a lot of unique bosses, so that's pretty cool. My other 3 Ladens, so they hit strong boxes are corrupted and rare, which I'm really not interested in. Not for this particular test. They hit unique bosses drop corrupted items, which is probably the best. But then I also hit hunted Traitors. I understand this is a rather rare mod to hit, and that, I don't know, there's like mixed information on this. Some people say it's really good, some people say it's not good. I saw some information about this being good in conjunction with Nemesis. The only thing I know is that it adds monsters to the map, that powerful monsters that fight other monsters, and the difficulty of this is it basically essentially functions the same as Legion. And I don't know if this is gonna put a lot of rare mobs on the map. I don't know if it's gonna put just magic monsters on the map, or if it's gonna be unique monsters, some combination. I don't really know, but we're gonna try it. As you can see, the Watchstone I have is really nice. It's a tier 1 Laden with tier 2 more rare monsters. And then let's see. So I covered the other 2 Sextants I really want with my 2 favorite other Watchstones. Irresistible Temptation 4 times Nemesis 3, so we'll cover 16 maps that way. And then I was able to get my hands on one of these. I had this for a long time. I got it cheap at like 2x or something, and it's gonna, I think, at least, you know, in a vacuum, this Watchstone is absolutely better than 1 Laden Watchstone with, you know, some mediocre sextant on it. And if I read Laden's closely, it says drop an additional stack of currency shards. Now, maybe a stack of currency shards is a lot better than just additional currency shards. I don't know. But anyway, Harbingers drop additional currency shards. Unique bosses drop additional currency shards. And there's another Harbinger on the map. So that's pretty cool. I could be grossly mistaken on that. Maybe, you know, you want extra stacks because you eliminate certain ones. You know, you hit the Ancient, you hit hit chaos, you hit the crappy ones, and the more you hit, the more likely the additional stack is going to be something better. I have a feeling that might be the case. I don't know. I'm going to try it this way. I'm curious about it, so this is how I'm going to run it. Because I hit Legion on there, I am going to be using a Legion Scarab. And I'm going to choose Polished or better, so I get the War Horde, which should put more rare monsters on the map. Of course, I'm mega juicing this. This is a mega juice, so I'm going to be using Winged Harbinger Scarab. That's the bread and butter here. Valdo's Rest also has good Metamorph monsters. Now, I had a choice between doing Blight or Metamorph. I think a lot of people choose Blight, but here's the problem I see with Blight. There's no synergy with Nemesis, with the Blight monsters. There's literally zero synergy. It's just the fact that Blight spawns a lot of monsters. Some of them are going to be rare. But other than that, it's just a plain old Blight. There's nothing special. There's a few more monsters in there because there's 2 extra bosses. But all these passives, all they do is boost the rewards. Like the boxes and stuff. They don't do anything with the monsters, unlike Lyra Thing. Now, Lyra Thing's passives over here, I'd absolutely do it. They spawn faster and they spawn 10 more a dish. And they spawn twice as many monsters as well. But not for this. Actually, if I'm being completely honest, I think the best thing to do, considering my June mission count at the end of the season, if I wasn't making this as a test to see how much currency per hour I was getting, I'd absolutely just be taking the betrayal nodes, because they're easily the best. This is the best zone for betrayal. You should spend your betrayal in here. So if you're gonna do, you know, unless you're doing tons and tons and tons and tons of farming in Valdos, you're just blowing through all your June missions. You should be using your excess June missions here, and not doing what I'm doing here. But for the sake of testing, you know, the potential X per hour, I am going to be running Metamorph. Now, what does Metamorph do here? Metamorph is actually really good. Kind of early on in the league, it's really good. As far as the synergy with Nemesis, there is one particularly good synergy with Metamorph. With these Metamorph passives, and that is the fact that I spawn a second Metamorph means I'm going to get all the extra rares from that second Metamorph. Usually it's 12 extra rares, so it's going to basically give me 12 extra rares on the map beyond what I normally get. So I'll get, so first of all, when Metamorph spawns on the map, it spawns extra rare monsters, and then when you kill the Metamorph, you get like an additional 12 rare monsters slammed into that encounter. Sometimes it's more, kind of depends on how fast you kill the Metamorph actually. And then I'm gonna get double that. So it's gonna be essentially, Metamorph is giving me like 24, at least 24 extra rare monsters on the map, whereas it would normally just give me an extra 12 and be kind of mediocre in that regard. Also, you know, the Metamorph nodes in and of themselves, there is some nice synergy here. All Metamorph monsters are going to give rewards. I'll get better quality rewards from the Metamorph, much better than usual. So we'll kind of add that into the calculation at the end. Also running Gilded Abyss, there's not really any other sensible thing to run here. Gilded Abyss, I think, is actually the best cheap Scarab you can run in doing a Nemesis type beyond Nemesis farming strat. So yeah, that's how we're going to do it. And the cost of all this, so the maps, as usual, were about 20C. If you calculate the price of the map and rolling beyond, the price of the map is actually 0 because I have them all. But if you say, you know, it's like 2, 3, 4, 5C per map, it's not a highly desirable map. It's a pretty cheap one. And then, you know, it's costing you like 10 to 20C re-rolls to get the beyond per map. There you have that. I'm also using Scarabs, 1 expensive and 3 cheap. I mean, these 3 here average out to like 10C a piece, or less actually. The Harbinger Scarab fluctuates greatly actually, between like 40 and 60C depending on the day. I just counted it as 50C. So that's, oh yeah, and then of course putting Delirium on all of these maps. I really like, go figure, I really like the, I keep forgetting the name of it. Foreboding Delirium Orb. It's going to be a nice thematic choice, especially for this one. Just going to be easy, very, very easy on my bag space, as I'll already be collecting shards. And I always make my money back with it anyway, as long as I trigger at least like 10 times. So yeah, that's about 1 Exalt, actually. It comes out to really just about exactly 1 Exalted Orb. Or sorry, 1 Exalted, yeah, 1 Exalted Orb in price per map. And then we also have to calculate in the Sextants and Watchstones. So the regular Watchstones, that's no cost because you can just sell them back. The usable Watchstones, you do have to calculate the cost in there. Booming Populace with this particular enchant is kind of worth nothing actually, so it's really just about 1x. Between 1 and 2x is what you would probably get this for. You'd actually probably have a really hard time finding this because I think people will just roll over this Sextant in most cases. But maybe during a more active part of the season you can get this and get it for cheap. Nemesis is quite a reliable price at about half an Exalt, up to a full Exalt depending on how active the season is, but about half an Exalt for one of these Watchstones. You have to get 4, so that's 2 Exalts total. I did spend about an Exalt in Elevated Sextants myself when rolling these and a couple others, so it comes out to about 4 Exalts for the whole 16 maps in costs of Sextants and Watchstones, which means the total cost invested is about 20x in this. 20x total divided by 16, to be 16 maps, is about 1.125 Exalt per map, 1.25, and that's how I'm going to advertise this, the 1.25x. When I do the final calculation, that's how I'm going to calculate the costs there. So let's jump in. Let's jump in right here. I did roll 1 extremely good hit here. A very high quantity Nemesis and beyond. And I'm going to start with that one, of course, because that's just good measure, you know. I got to start with this. So this is super good roll on the map. Because I can use my infused. I wish I could use more of these actually, but absolutely going to use infused Harbinger. So how many Harbingers is this actually going to put on this map? I'm kind of curious because so let's actually add this up. This is kind of crazy. So this is 1 from the Atlas passive plus 1 from the Sextant, so that's 2, plus 5, oh sorry, plus 4 from infused, yeah, infused Harbinger, plus 7, so that's 6, plus 7 from the Scarab, so that's 13 Harbingers are going to be on this map. 13 Harbingers. That's pretty nuts. Actually, I'm not running a prophecy. I don't really dabble with prophecies unless it's for strongbox. I don't really see like a huge impact on them, so I'm just gonna neglect the prophecies. There, I'm gonna run Alva to be faithful for this being a truly mega juiced thing. Hopefully, nobody docks too many points off me for deciding not to run a prophecy. At any rate, we're ready to go. This is map number 1. Okay. Let's see what's inside. Should be interesting. Some hella bad load times here. Oh jeez. Bad load, lag. I think I died from the fireball. Hope that doesn't happen again. That type of lag should settle. It's kind of weird because I actually have done ran some maps today, but not hardly any Delirious maps. It's been a long time since I've been in Delirious maps, so that could be part of my problem. Let's see what I randomed here. Vulnerability, and it looks like I got Fizz with extra lightning here, so that's a little rough. Okay, see if I can get this silly little lag to settle. Maybe not. Oh, actually, I am lagging a little bit from just the time of the day. There's a little bit of lag in Tokyo at this time of the day. Too much stress on the internet. This is really bad. Actually, it's kind of hard to tell if this is from the CPU or if it's I suppose I could check the stress on it. 46 headhunter buffs. Must be doing something right. I can't. I'm gonna have to pick up a lot of stuff. Whoa. A lot of damage. I'm not regenerating any life. I guess this is a no life regen map, which means I need to just clear everything and then collect it after. Sadly. Random to Blight. Thought I said I didn't want to do Blight. This map. Okay. Oh.
I need more mana.
This map feels much scarier than it should. What it is about this map. Wow, the Blight's over already. Holy crap. So bad. Actually having a really hard time sustaining my life in this map with this no regen. Kicking my ass. Oh, dude. Oh my god. Man, there must be something going on with this map for me to be dying this easily. This is very uncharacteristic. I gotta check. I gotta check the mods in the map again. There's something not right. There's definitely something going on. Kind of lost most of the Alva Temple there. It must be vulnerability? 30% increased monster damage with vulnerability. Fizz extra lightning. Cannot regenerate life. Honestly, cannot regenerate life is the worst thing about that, by far. Are these legions gonna spawn literally all the way around here? I think this might be truly awful. Awful map to do legion on. I'd have like made a mistake. I'm just not able to. Is this map? Maybe this computer is like Val Regalia. Why is it a star form? Yo, why? Why am I lagging like this? It's not gonna make for a good video. I can't, like, I don't lag like this on any other map. I haven't lagged like this in, I don't know if I've ever lagged like this. Yeah, actually, I'm not so sure how I feel about the Legions. Legion's got a lot of problems. Okay, so it's a 6-link Valregalia. Randomly 6-linked itself. I have no idea how that happened. But okay. I'll take it. Okay, everyone. We are back with the results from the Valdo's Rest Harbinger King farming strategy, the old school 3.14 ultimatum premium farming strategy. This strat has basically died. Seems like. I bet there's still a number of people farming it. It's kind of fun, you know, just like trying to blow up Harbingers in mass. And I hadn't done the strat this season at all. I did it only towards the end of last season to kind of experience it, as I was just getting good at the game and really beginning to explore mega juicing for myself as I started playing the game last season. So this season, you know, I could have done this much sooner, but I just decided I was just taking everyone's word for this thing being not that big of a deal anymore. But before the season ended, I wanted to take a look for myself to see where it's at, especially compared to Glennick-Cairns. And yeah, I can confidently say it's not as good as what Glennick-Cairns has to offer altogether. It was fun, though. Mainly because one of my elevated Sextants hunted Traitors, and that made it fun just going into the map and just immediately trying to just bullet through the whole map and just kill all the monsters that were already fighting each other. That was kind of cool. I haven't really tried that Sextant before. Honestly, still, even after experiencing it, not really sure how good it is. But hey, you know, let's take a look, see what we got. So we're primarily farming for Exalted Orbs. Exalted Shards as well. I don't know how many of these orbs I have here. Apparently, I'm looking at it, I got 15 Exalted Orbs in 16 hours. 15 orbs and 13 shards. Probably 2 of the Exalted Orbs came from Shards, maybe, total? 2, maybe 3. I can't remember exactly how many raw orbs I dropped. But yeah, you know, that's about it. Everything else in the tab, you'll notice it's not organized. And that's because I finally buckled down and realized if I want to make this a long-term thing of consistency, I want to be easy on myself, so I decided to download the third-party program. Exil's or whatever it is. It calculates your tab, as you can see down here. Net worth of this tab, according to this, is 49.06x. X being about 130, 132 chaos per x. And, you know, it doesn't paint the total picture. It definitely doesn't, like, check what cluster jewels and like Abyss jewels, and let's just take this Cloak of Defiance for example. I found a really well rolled Cloak of Defiance. It's almost perfect mana, and it's relatively high evasion, and according to my other tools, it's probably at least 80 chaos or so. But the tool I'm using for the grand total calculation can only see this as its base form, which is 10C. So it doesn't paint a terribly accurate picture, but I suppose it's a decent compromise, because it's also counting things that I don't even count normally, like Screaming Essences. It's still counting them as 1C apiece, and they are legitimately worth 1C apiece. And so I normally just kind of skip over things that are worth less than 5C apiece. And this is not skipping those things. So that's pretty cool. You know, I didn't organize this, so I can't say for sure exactly how this panned out compared to some of my more strong box focused juicing. But, yeah, you know, I got a lot of maps. Got a lot of splinters. Almost got a full Templar emblem in splinters, ironically. Got a 6-socket of Val Regalia. But it was item levels too low to be worth a lot. Also, one thing I learned is the Underground Sea map only has one boss, and even if you use the Prophecy Deadly Twins, it will not proc it properly for the sake of running the Gilded Metamorph Scarab and giving you a total of 6 Metamorph, unique Metamorph, whatever you call these things. I'm scrolling over. I can only get 3. So that was kind of a bummer. I definitely short-stacked myself a lot on the Metamorphs. But I still got to spawn the second Metamorph, usually. Which means I got to deal with the full force of the rares and the Nemesis 3. I got all the benefits of that. And that was the important thing. No, I don't recall any super big hit items. This Cloak of Defiance is kind of the biggest item I found, I think. So yeah. A lot of medallions down here. Let's take a look at it. Let's see. Oh, I kind of want to leave that there. I'll leave this over here for a second. Yeah, 486 chaos. Just gonna scroll down here to see what found. Anything sticks out. Just waiting for something to stick out here. Nothing really. There's a Cloak of Defiance. You can see listed as 10C, but it's worth way more than that. Honestly, this tool, yeah, it's a damn good tool. It's gonna save me tons of time, and I can do more of these tests and things because this tool exists, and you know it's fairly accurate. Melee physical damage support. I don't even remember that. A couple divination cards. Yeah, nothing major. Really didn't find anything major. It was pretty much all about the Exalted Orbs, you know. And I did not get one per map. You know, it definitely felt a little weak. I didn't get as many Exalted Shards as I thought I would get either. So that was a bit of a letdown. Oh! I forgot. One item. One item. Can't believe I forgot about this. A perfectly rolled Astramentus, which I'm not familiar with this item until today. If I go check it on the tool here. 5 exalts? I don't know. But anyway, yeah, so maybe I have 5 exalts more than this says I do, because this says it's only 10C. And of course, you know, as a base, unique, it's only 10C. You know, if it has random rolls on it, it's only 10C. But, you know, whatever. Just figured I'd point that out. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Okay, and Impulsa, 12C. I can't remember the rolls on it. It didn't roll super well. Healthy Mind. An Invitation, Maven Invitation, not the Twisted. Oh yeah, that's right. Kitava's teachings dropped. That's 75C. So it calculates it properly there. Forgot that dropped from all the Delirium stuff. Yeah, so that's it. You know, nothing crazy. No divination cards to really speak of that were worth much. And it's really just all about the raw currency. So, yeah, I don't have a whole lot to say about this farm. It's something I really wanted to do. I kind of expected it not to be this amazing thing, and it turned out being not this amazing thing. So, if they don't... But it's good to know firsthand. So, if they don't touch the Harbinger stuff, Valdo's Rest, and they don't combine it with something like you know... I mean, if they put Clinic Cairns and Valdo's Rest together... that's going to change some things, but if it kind of remains to be its own little thing, I don't think it's going to be all that next season. We did just find out recently it is going to be beyond next season, which means you can roll Nemesis easily. Although it's really just going to make me want to roll double beyond. And therefore still have to double roll things. We'll see how that pans out. So I'm going to let you all go for now. And I still have a couple more tests I want to do. There's only like 4 days left in the season. And I'm going to do... I got something interesting planned for Lyra Arthane, and then I'm going to do one more rather important juicing test for Glennick Cairn. The final test, the one where I take all the information, all the knowledge I've gained, and try to perform the most lucrative, overall best juicing strategy this league, this season had to offer. I'm going to try to do that. I'm going to see just how much X per hour I can make. It's going to be really cool. Oh, almost forgot. X per hour for this. So the total I made here, if you see here, was 49 X. It cost 1.25 X approximately per map. That's a total of 20 X in 16 maps. Which means I came out to a net profit of about 29 X. And it takes about 15 minutes per map. A little tiny bit more. We'll say 15 minutes per map if you're being efficient. Which means I net profited 29x in 4 hours, which comes out to, I already had it in here, 7.25 X per hour. Now, if I do an actual real juicing strategy where I stream the entire process, I can see firsthand how much it does per hour. But I split these in 2 parts because I need to take a break after 8 maps. So yeah, we'll go ahead and say 7 to 8x per hour. I think it's pretty fair for the strat. Not bad. Still not bad. But, you know, you can do that in most zones, really. So there it is. That's it. Thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for the next juicing video.